sits on his porch reminiscing about a time when him and his son weren't so distant, and how he misses him, and if he could just see him again, he would run and hug him and kiss him. Miles away, your son is thinking the same thing until his man hollers and interrupts his daydream. Back to work, but his back it hurts. He's been thinking lately about going back to church, cause that would kinda remind him of his roots, and of a time when he wasn't grinding, shining others' boots. But that's the best he could do now. He's too proud to stay in a group home, was on his own since he was a juvenile. So he sleeps on the streets, using concrete for sheets, and he eats when he eats, and it's so cold. He looks so old, but he's young. He hung in the bars, all types of scars. Life beat him down like it was no holds barred. It's been 6 years, 20 days since he's been gone, but how did he get here anyway? This isn't how it was supposed to be. Think back to the day before he chose to leave, when he stepped to his dad and he asked for the cash that he would receive after his dad passed. So that's what he gave him. The father was bothered by the request, but after a while he caved in. Said, all of the wealth that I've earned and saved up must pay for the lessons that my son must learn. And I pray that he learns when this is done. This is my one wish for my youngest son. How long will the prodigal roam? How long before he comes home? How long will he chase harm and keep running away from the father's arm? Young, come home, son, come home, run, come home, run, come home, daughter, come home, you oughta, come home, run, come home, run, come home. The saga continues, the father gave in to the son left with his friends who really had no cash of their own, just running on the same track, wasn't too fast to be grown. They figured with these figures in our pockets, we can invest these digits and get even richer than your pop is. Found ourselves a nice good hustle, buy some protection, find some hood muscle. As soon as we get to another city, we can put this money to work for ourselves and get busy. We can start buying houses, fixing them up and flipping them. I can just picture getting the dividends, rolling like Michelins. From the time they arrived on the scene, they thrived with his father's business sense in his genes. Of the three, he proved to be the smartest by targeting the hottest commodities on the market. They went from knowing and going to all the parties to being the ones with the dough, throwing all the parties. Made money, made money. Wanted the date, honey, so we paid money. Was killing it, stocking up his chips till the economy switched and the stock market flipped. First his properties were flying, today nothing's popping, the stocks are dropping and nobody's buying. Now he's overextended in his credit, selling his cars and cribs to try to pay his debt with. He's left with nada, friends are gone, females bon voyage to no one to bother. Is that what chasing pleasure and wealth does? Leaves you out freezing with no help or shelter? It's helter-skelter in his dome. He spends all his time wondering why he left home. How long will the prodigal roam? How long before he comes home? How long will he chase harm and keep running away from the father's arm? Young, come home, son, come home, run, come home, run, come home, daughter, come home, you oughta, come home, run, come home, run, come home. Does this sound familiar? I'm sure it's similar. The symbolism is bound to kill ya. Who else do we know that would leave the safety of a loving father wandering, trying to go to a distant place and diss his grace just to waste his mercy, making big mistakes? Then when all is lost and the bridges are burned and they realize there's nowhere else that they can turn, they turn to the steeple and return to the sheepfold. Isn't that just like God's people? Yeah, right. In every era of time, God's people have made the error of severing the ties with the Father and his love. Aren't you glad he treats us like the father of the prodigal does? When the son finally came to his senses, he realized it was better inside of his father's fences. Said, I wonder if I will return there. Would I be able to last under the burn of his holy stare? But wasn't aware these same eyes that hate sin had been watching the road, waiting for him to return again. How long will the prodigal roam? How long before he comes home? How long will he chase harm and keep running away from the father's arm?